Hey everybody, it is Thirsty Thursday today. I hope you're all enjoying your week. Today I'm drinking tea because it's a rather chilly day outside and it's all been rainy and windy and a little cold, so I'm drinking a nice warm tea today. So grab a drink and have a seat and join me. If you're watching, please give me a like, show me some love. If you're watching a replay, please comment replay and just let me know how your day's going. Are you having a good day? Are you having a bad day? Things happen, good, bad. So yeah, just let me know. So today my topic is take back your life with self-empowerment. Okay, for myself, I know I was really unhealthy for the last couple years, so and I felt like my life was stolen away from me. I felt like I had no power, and I mean, I didn't. A lot of people give their power away to other people, letting them make decisions for them and stuff like that. And I'm not one to do that, but life is, can be a struggle. So, yeah, so that's just my topic today, trying to give you guys some value. So take back your life with some self-empowerment, okay? The longest lived, old cultures, they really practice some simple principles, in daily life just to keep yourself strong and healthy. And number one is fasting on clean water. Our bodies are made of 75% water, just like the earth. The earth is 75% water. So you want to put the best, cleanest, purest water inside your body, to keep it cleansed, to keep it clean. Our body is not made of pop. It's not made of coffee. We're made of water. So I know a lot of people don't drink enough water. That's something that, if you need to improve on, maybe you should be improving yourself, build up your self-confidence, build up your self-esteem, because water fixes a lot of issues. Number two is getting out into the sunshine. That one, for me, I do not have an issue with that. If it's sunny outside, oh my goodness, I'm just like outside. You'll notice in the summertime, my house looks like it's almost not lived in because I'm just outside all the time. You need that vitamin D. You need to get out in the sun and enjoy it, the fresh air. So yeah, that's number two. Number three is breathing deeply. And for me, that's something I always have to work on, because quite often I'll catch myself and I'm just not even breathing. I'm just like, okay, when's the last time I had a breath? I just notice myself, I don't breathe properly. So I've been taking a lot of meditation practices and breathing exercises just to breathe, because I know a lot of people, get anxious and stuff, and if you're not breathing properly, that makes your body anxious, right? So if you're a nervous person, or if you have anxiety issues, breathing practices and meditation is it definitely helps strengthen that and help you be aware of your breathing, because it's not something I really paid attention to before, but I definitely do now. And I catch myself quite often, I'm like, okay, I need to, breathe. Right? Breathe. So that's number three. Number four is getting exercise. And for me, getting exercise in the last couple years, because I was so unhealthy, that was almost unheard of. Like I literally could do nothing. But now, and that really affected me, because I am a very health conscious, exercising kind of person. I like to be active and I like to be fit. I grew up on a farm. I'm a strong farm girl. So for me to not be able to exercise, to not be able to go outside and hike and play baseball and run around with my kids and do things, that was really, really tough on me. And it just, like I said, my life was just torn away from me. I just wasn't able to be me anymore. So exercise, I mean, that's number one. And I'm getting back up there, and I'm feeling better every single day. And inches are falling off, because exercise and water and the right diet, things just tend to fall into place. But you got to do all of those steps. If you're making a pie or a batch of cookies, you have to have all the right ingredients, right? If you miss something, it doesn't work out. It doesn't taste right. And that's the same thing with your body. If you're not putting all the right things in it, healthy water, healthy food, exercise, and everything else, then you don't end up turning out like that perfect pie, right? You end up just mixed up in some way, unhealthy in some way. It always catches up with you. You need to do every piece of the recipe to get a good pie. And that's That's how I've always thought about it anyway. So yeah, getting exercise. And number 5 is letting food be your medicine. I'm not one to go to the doctor. I do not like pills. I mean, I've lived on enough pills my whole life. I've had a lot of problems with headaches and stuff ever since I was a little kid. I've had a lot of pain in my life. And pills were never the way that I wanted to go. I mean, they were always accessible to me, Tylenol, Advil, aspirin, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, food is our medicine, you know? I've seen so many studies and read so many books that, you know, food is medicine. As long as you're eating the right things, like that pie, you're putting the right ingredients in, you'll get the right results, okay? But most people don't think of it like that. Most people just, you know, go for takeout or get a burger and fries or drink a soda or, you know, eat half a pie. As much as I'd love to, one piece is enough. But, you know, it's about taking everything in moderation and balance and balancing your life out, you know, so that you feel good. You eat too much sugar, you're going to feel it. First, you're going to, you know, like a lot of parents don't give their kids a bunch of sugar because they get that sugar rush. And then all of a sudden they crash, right? No, they're napping. Same thing with us, you know. If we don't take care of ourselves, you know, you eat one donut, you're going to feel a little bit of sugar. You eat 6 donuts, you're going to be like, woo, you're going to be wired like coffee for a while, but then you're going to come crashing down and not feeling so good afterwards. You're going to feel tired, lethargic, you know, moody. Sugar is really not a good thing. And like too much of anything is not a good thing, but anything in moderation and balance is okay, you know? You can treat yourself to a donut or a cookie or a piece of pie. As long as you're, you know, exercising and drinking water and eating healthier things later, you know? You don't have to punish yourself for eating that one good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's you got to take it in moderation so that you're not gaining 50 pounds, you know, not going for that walk if you had 2 donuts, you know. You got to balance things out so you feel healthy and happy and proud of yourself every day, because if you're proud of yourself, you feel good because you're like, yeah, okay, I had that donut, but I also went for a walk, so yay me, you know. But if you're sitting there and you're feeling depressed and you're pouting about life and and you brought this box of donuts home to share with your family, but you ended up eating 4 out of 6 of them, and there's 3 people coming home, well, you might as well eat the other 2, right? Like, I've been in that situation. I can't say I've taken advantage of that situation, but I've been there. And it just doesn't help you, right? You kind of stay in that little slump. You dig that hole a little deeper, and then it's harder to get out. And so yeah, you just got to think of these things and take some balance in life, you know, like reward yourself for doing the right thing. Number 6 is improving your relationships and doing things you love and are passionate about. I've really learned that the way you treat yourself is the way you treat other people. And I've never really thought about it that way. But now that I think about it that way, you know, I'm very hard on myself, okay? I always revert back to Zodiac. Zodiacs always hit me in the brain. But because I'm a Virgo, and Virgos are very, very hard on themselves, and they're hard on other people, and they're meant to be the judges of the Zodiac, okay? And I don't like judging people. Don't judge me. I'm not a judgy person, but I'm very hard on myself, and this is supposed to be there, and I'm supposed to do this in a day. And if I don't get it done, I'm hard on myself. And I'm hard on myself, and which makes me hard on other people. And so it's about learning yourself so that you can contribute to other people in a better way, in the best way you can, okay? And I mean, you can't just say, well, I'm this way and that's just the way it is. I mean, you can say that. You can be like that, and that's totally up to you. Me, myself, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for something to make better, you know? We're ever changing. We're never the same. We always learn and grow, or you decide not to, and that's your choice, okay? For me, I'm never stalemated. I never want to say I'm good enough. I'm never going to say that I'm perfect, okay? There's always something to work on. I always learn something new every single day, and I always want to learn something new, okay? That's the scientist in me again, from the Virgo and Aquarius. If you ever want to talk zodiacs, I'm going to have to do that one day, because it's just something I have delved into in my past, and something I enjoy talking about too. So if you ever want information on that, then hit me up, and I will talk zodiacs. Yeah, but that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, the scientist in me, I always want to improve. I always want to know why. I always want to, there's always reasoning, there's always facts, there's always something to learn, okay? And so I'm a deep person, and there's much more deeper to go, there's always shovels. You break your shovel, go get a new one. I'm always going to grow, okay? So yeah, go back to basics. There's so many people that give their power to other people. If you're sick and you just don't know what to do, I put my detective hat on and I'm like, okay, well, I'm sick and I'm feeling like this. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's because of that. And I figure it out. My doctor learned very, very early in knowing me that I really, I know my body. I've surprised him numerous times because I went to the ER super early, and he's like, "Oh, why are you here?" And I'm like, "Well, I think I have this." And he's like, "Well, no." And he checked me out. He's like, "Wow, yeah, you're in the really early stages." But yeah, so he learned to trust me very early on in our relationship, which is good. I know myself well, and I'm always inspecting myself and wondering why this is happening and why this is this way and why this is that way. I don't give my power to other people. We're very powerful on our own, as long as you're willing to figure it out, okay? I'm not one to give my power to other people. I'm not one to say, well, my doctor said this, so this is just the way it is. Yes, my doctor, I've had lots of troubles and I've been diagnosed with a few things, but I don't like to be labeled. I don't like to be said I am this, and I need to be on this medication for the rest of my life. Screw that shit. Sorry, excuse me. But screw that. No, honestly, because we can't put ourselves in this box and just be that way for the rest of our life, okay? There's much more to learn. You're always told, think outside the box. I always try to think outside the box. I don't want to be boxed in. I don't want to be labeled and be like, okay, this is just who I am, and that's all there is. Not in my lifetime. There's more than that. Socrates said, the secret to change is to not fight the old, but to focus all the energy on building the new. I'm going to say that again. The secret to change is not to fight the old, but to focus all your energy on building the new. Okay? We don't need to think about the old. We don't need to think about the past or where we came from, unless it's affecting today, which, sometimes that does. But to focus on it, you're burying yourself in that old you, in that old facts of the way it was. What you need to do is put all your energy on what's going to happen. What are you going to change? What do you want to improve for tomorrow? Okay? So yeah, the secret to change is not to fight the old, but to always put all your energy into the new. What do you want to see? What do you want to improve in your life? It's not what happened. You can't change what happened. But you can always put new steps, baby steps towards what you actually want to do, what you actually want to see tomorrow, And why don't people change when they know they're doing bad things to themselves or killing themselves when they're not taking care of themselves? Why don't they exercise? Why don't they change their eating habits? Why don't they drink 1 cup of coffee a day instead of the 10 that they normally drink, and they know that's not super healthy, okay? I love you all, but I'm a little hard on people too. Like I said, I'm hard on myself and I'm hard on other people. So why don't you change when you know that your lifestyle is unhealthy? Okay? Number 1, I think people are just lazy. People are lazy and not very self-disciplined, where, and you can be that person, and a lot of people gripe about their choices, but ultimately it is your choice. You can choose to improve. You can choose to have 1 donut in a day instead of the whole box of 6 you bought your family, but they weren't home, so you decided to delve into it, right? Hi, Rachel. So yeah, a lot of people just are full of self-sabotage, and they end up, kind of being a victim of their own life. Yet you have the choices. You have the power within to do whatever you want to do. But you have to do it. No one else can do it for you. To exercise, nobody else can do those push-ups for you. You seriously have to actually do them. Otherwise, it's not going to help you. You're not going to get anywhere, right? So yeah, feeling good can feel weird for some people. If you're a really overweight person and you're decided okay, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to lose some weight, and then you end up losing weight, and then it ends up feeling really weird for you because you've been this size your whole life. I've seen a lot of people do that, and then they kind of they're just like, they don't know what to do with this new them. So then they kind of revert back to their old habits and just be happy with what they were. Although they're not really happy, but that's where they feel comfortable, okay? And the part of life, the part of growing is getting uncomfortable with yourself, you know, pushing yourself. Even though, you know, like exercise burns, you know, and they're always like, push past that burn, push past that burn. And that's the trick, is getting uncomfortable with yourself, not staying in that comfort zone where you're really not actually happy, because you don't get anywhere like that. And you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to be settling for that you know, where if you pushed yourself and you get uncomfortable with yourself, like me right here, I'm pretty uncomfortable with this some days, but you know what, I get out here and I'm pushing myself to do better. I've actually just accepted a challenge to do this for the next 30 days, every single day. I'm pretty uncomfortable with that, but it's going to happen. So yeah, that's the thing is, and you got to create your new normal. You know, you got to create the new, you know, first it's going to be uncomfortable. You got to work for it. You got to strive for it. But after, you know, they say after 30 days of doing something uncomfortable, that becomes your new habit. And guess what? It's less uncomfortable. It's going to be your new comfortable, your new normal. So that's what I really challenge you to do that. Pick one thing and challenge yourself and strive for the new you. Make that new one habit, okay? It takes 30 days. Your brain might tell you and fight with you through those 30 days. But just like this challenge I'm on, it's the next 30 days. And then this is going to be my new comfortable. Okay? Because, yeah, our self-conscious habits, one thing that really helps is, you know, when you're feeling uncomfortable is think about, you know, something to be grateful for in that moment. Because you're like, oh, I'm not grateful for this. I don't want to do this. But what's going to come out of it? What are you going to be grateful for? What do you actually want, you know, out of this, you know? Think about that. And that's what's going to help you push you through that one moment where your brain's trying to talk you out of it. And another thing is I've read a book. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. If you haven't read it, please read it. It's actually, it's a kick-ass book. It's pretty awesome. And what she talks about is the psychological manner of our brain. When we make a choice to do something, within 5 seconds, we have that choice to do it. But after that, our brain literally talks us out of doing whatever it is that we want to do. Because it's uncomfortable. Because it's new and it's just, your brain tries to protect you. And so what you do is you lay there. It's like getting up in the morning. You don't want to get up because you're like, oh, geez, it's just another day. You know, you're just like, okay, forget it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. Okay? It actually shocks your brain, tricks your brain to not being able to trick you and talk you out of the task that you know you want to do. You want to do it, but the lazy side of you is like, I don't want to do it. Okay? I've been there a million times. The 5-second rule actually works really well for me. And I just literally do that. It's just like, okay, what am I doing? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. And it works. And I use it probably now like at least 20 times a day, because otherwise I don't feel motivated to do the tasks that need to be done. So use the 5-second rule. Count down just like a spaceship and blast off and get that task done. Okay? It really helps. It helps program your subconscious. It helps block those excuses, the laziness, the pain in your brain telling you what to do and what not to do. And another thing is a lot of people are scared of failure. A lot of people are scared to fall. But you know what? That always makes me think of babies. Okay? Number one, you're acting like a baby. No, just kidding. But babies, you know, how many times do they fall before they actually learn to walk? Okay? Mind you, they got a nice soft padding on that little butt of theirs with that big diaper on. But they fail and they fail and they fall and they fall so many times until they actually learn to walk. And then they're running. And then they're going. Okay? And that's the same for us. We're no different. As adults, other than fear and worry, I guess, we are scared of failure. We're scared of what other people think. And I mean, I'm not one for that. I don't care what other people think. But it's more about myself. It's more about getting myself out of that comfort zone and just getting it done. So don't be scared to fail. Don't care what other people think. It's all about you, you know? It might sound a little selfish, but make it about you. It's all for you. It's to make you feel better. It's to help your self-esteem, your self-confidence. That's how it grows, by overcoming your uncomfortableness. No one else can do it for you, but it makes you feel great when you're done, you know? Where do you think self-esteem and self-confidence come from? It's from accomplishing what you thought was unaccomplishable, right? It's about growing on the inside, and then you feel great about it. Then you feel proud, and you're just like, wow, I can't believe I actually did that. But you did. Good job. And another thing is if you have no accountability for your actions, you know, a lot of people, Facebook is great for that, is to getting into a group to make you accountable for your actions. Because if you're just counting on yourself, and you know you have all this self-doubt and unaccountability, that you're just like feeling lazy and you don't do the 5-second rule and you just don't get it done, you know, maybe it's better for you to join a group so you are accountable for your actions. So people are like, hey, did you do this today? Hey, you know, and these are cool, friendly people for the most part. I'm part of many Facebook groups, and I love the people in them, and they help me, and they help me strive to be the best person I can be, and they help me keep accountable for the actions and the steps that I do want to take that I'm not so good at keeping myself accountable every day. So think about that, you know, join a group, keep yourself accountable, create a group. Add some friends to it. I'll join, you know. Let's keep each other accountable for the things you actually want to accomplish. Everybody might be different in what they want to accomplish, but if you have friends just saying like, hey, well, yeah, I know your situation, you know, but did you do it today, you know, then you'd be like, well, no, but yeah, okay, I'll go do it right now, you know. It makes you accountable. And that makes you feel better at the end because you have that support. I've noticed that is a big change for me. It's just having that support, having the people that understand and push and make you smile and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, so how to create that change in your life that you actually want, you know? Wake up that beast, that warrior inside you, you know, that is fighting for what you actually want, is fighting for how you would like to feel every day, you know, that wants to get you out of that comfort zone. You know, wake up that beast. Some people live on autopilot their whole life. And, you know, they sit in the back seat and they have a driver in the front. And they're like, well, you know, this is just the way it is. You know, this is the plate I've been handed. And, you know, you can sit in that back seat and you can gripe and whine and complain about your life, however it may be. But until you kick out that invisible driver and get into that front seat, you're just letting life pass you by, you know? Wake up that beast, wake up that warrior, jump in the front seat, kick that person right out the door, and grab that wheel and start controlling your own life, okay? You'll feel so much better. Again, it might be a little bit out of your comfort zone, but it's about self-growth, self-worth, and you'll feel so much better later on after you do that, okay? And it's all about love and hate, okay? You're loving yourself or you're hating on yourself. When you're feeling down and in a hole, we tend to pick at ourselves and we hate our situation, okay? Love wins over anything. I mean, I was taught that since, any kind of Disney movie will tell you that, you know, love, good, always wins over evil, okay? And love, I broke it down, and then love is like listening. L is for listening to the ones you love. O is opening your heart to forgiveness. V is valuing the opinions and relationships of others. And E is forever and ever. Okay? Love brings smiles and happiness, peace and tranquility into our lives. Life isn't perfect, but it's a lot better than with love in our heart. Okay? And it's easier to hate if you're scared to love. How many people are scared to love? How many people have been hurt by love, you know? And honestly, the hurting part is the price of love. And there's always, like I said, ups and downs, but hurt is the price of love. When you lose somebody, yes, it hurts, but you can think of all those good memories you had of that person, of the life with that person, how many smiles you had, how many good laughs you had, all the good times you had, okay? I know a lot of people are scared of love, and they're like, well, I'm never doing that. I'm never putting myself in that situation ever again. But it's all about self-growth, and you might feel like that for a little bit, but you got to remember to pull yourself, wake up that beast, wake up that warrior, and pull yourself out of that hole, okay? Love is scary, love can hurt, but love feels 100% better than hate ever will. And ignorance to do either, really, is stale Stale, I broke down to S, being selfish and full of self-pity. T, telling yourself it's okay. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be in this hole and not dig myself out. A is able but unwilling. Seriously stale. Able but unwilling. You know, how many people are like that? You're able, but you're seriously unwilling to do the best for yourself. L is lying to yourself. Because seriously, that's all you're doing. You're lying to yourself, saying this is the way I am and it's just going to be this way the rest of my life. You're lying to yourself. It's all about you and it's all about choices. E is eventually learning something. Ta-da! I learn something new every day. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. You gotta learn and grow every single day. Okay? Otherwise, life is just stale. It's just a humdrum of the same crap every single day. So yeah, learn something. So that is my topic of the day, everybody. Take back your life with self-empowerment. Okay? You have the power. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be whoever you want to be. Take back your life and love your life and do the best you can with your life. Have a good day, everyone. Love you guys. Cheers.